All right, everybody, welcome into another edition of On the Road with the AHSAA Radio Network. Brett and Lauren in Prattville, Alabama, and we're inside newly renovated or in the process of renovation Stanley Jensen Stadium. Lauren, you and I are the first media to come inside, so exclusivity right here for us today.
We're semi-famous, I think.
I think we got a lot of people watching us.
We do. We have a whole crowd watching us right now, so hey, you guys are seeing it first. Me and Brett are famous now.
Well, we already knew that, right? Not just kidding, just kidding. But we are in Prattville. Excited. Got a great show for everybody. And again, want to thank the Alabama Department of Transportation and Drive Safe campaign for allowing us to travel all over the state of Alabama. Again, reminding everybody to buckle up, put your phone down to and from the games each and every Thursday and Friday. Want you to be safe. But we're going to have Mayor Gillespie come out, and we're going to be able to talk to him about what all went into this renovation. It's been long overdue if you talk to the people of Prattville, but they're very excited about this. I'll get to talk to Coach Wallace at the high school, and we're going to get to eat some really good Cajun food. We've been hearing about it downtown, and Uncle Mick's is a go-to place when you go to Prattville, and they got a pumpkin festival going on too here. It's, right here in the heart of October. So, Lauren, this is going to be a good day.
I'm excited. Just driving through downtown, you see all of the festivities that is going on. You can see these pumpkins being pulled out and placed all around the town. So definitely a festive time for the fall. And I'm with you. I'm excited about the eating. We always are. And it's going to be Cajun food, which is some of my absolute favorite.
It's hard to beat Cajun food. Everybody knows that knows me. I love to go fishing in Louisiana, do a lot of offshore fishing. And Cajun food, when you get down to New Orleans and on past that, on down to Venice, Louisiana, is some of the best food in the world. And I heard this rivals it right here in downtown Prattville. So we're excited about it, being able to go and sample a lot of different things, crawfish etouffee, I think shrimp etouffee, maybe shrimp remoulade. I don't know. There's all kind of different stuff.
Yes, and I actually, just spoiler alert, I had deviled eggs, which are my personal favorite with that Cajun topping. Delicious. Well,
you're going to have to just wait and see. That's going to be coming up here in just a little bit. But Lauren, here in Prattville, Alabama, again, we seem to choose the week, or Vincent and the crew chooses the game of the week when they've got a festival going on. We were in Jasper earlier this year, and they had a big festival going on. They've got the pumpkin festival basically going on here in Prattville. Downtown is beautiful. If you ride through, and it's a cool place to be, and we're excited to be here. But we do want to thank the Alabama Department of Transportation again, Lauren, and reminding everybody to put their safety belt on and put their phones down when they get in the car.
Absolutely. We say it every week because it is something that's so important. We say ourselves every time we get in the vehicle, buckle up, make sure our phones are put away, even turn the radio down. I know that that's something that we sometimes forget, right, but the radio can be such a distraction. So if you don't have it blaring, if you don't have to have it blaring, definitely turn it down. It helps you to focus a little bit better while you're on the road.
All right, we're going to head out of Stanley Jensen Stadium. Again, we're going to catch up with the mayor back here a little bit later on, but we're about to hit the road downtown Prattville. Stay tuned. More to come right after this.
Alabama has a hands-free driving law, which means you can't hold your mobile phone while you drive. And you can only use a single finger or swipe to answer a call. And you can't send or read a text message or watch or record video. It's a part of Alabama's Code of the Road, and knowing it helps you follow it. You can check out the law at drivesafealabama.org.
When we get home.
Right.
This high school gym used to be packed most nights. Not anymore. Do you know why? Because bad behavior by fans, especially adults, has caused a shortage of game officials across the country. You see, without officials, we can't have sports. Don't let this become reality. It's time for a change. Let's bench bad behavior for good.
We're here at Prattville High School now, and I'm joined by head coach J.B. Wallace. Coach, thanks so much for joining me, buddy.
No problem.
Appreciate you letting us invade your territory here. Big football game Thursday night for you guys. I just want to kind of start with the season, though. You guys got off to a hot start on the season, had 4 wins right there. Just kind of talk about where you guys are right now.
Yeah, man, we did start off to a 4-0 start, man, and things were good. And, we ran into a little tough time, going into Game 5. So the last 3 games hadn't really gone our way, but we played against 3 real good opponents. And but that's what you get when you're in this region. We're pretty solid from the top to the bottom.
There are 2 regions in 7A, the one in East Alabama and the one that you guys are in that kind of encompasses the center part of the state. Really, a lot of it's Birmingham heavy. You know what you get with this region, and you guys have competed, and that's the life it is in 7A. It's tough each and every week, and again, you got another formidable opponent coming in here on Thursday. I want to go back and kind of talk about it's kind of been a different situation for you guys this year. Haven't been able to play in your home stadium.
Right.
I know, which is kind of odd, your rival down the road, Wetumpka, said, look, we want to help you guys out, and they've allowed you guys to play your home games there. Kind of talk about that in 2 communities, kind of helping each other.
Yeah, well, of course, our stadium is undergoing renovations. Right. They're tearing the visitor side down, and they're going to rebuild it. And I think it's actually, you can see a structure there now. That's going to be the new home side. We have new locker rooms, new ticket booths, bathrooms, and all that good stuff. It looks real good down there. So we hadn't been able to play down there this year, but we did get it approved to play our senior night game there. I don't think we'll be able to utilize those new bleachers yet. As the last time I heard, but so with that being said, we had to find a place to play, to be able to kind of host the crowd that we bring in on Friday nights. And so we spoke with Wetumpka, and Wetumpka City agreed for us to use their facility. So they've been real gracious to let us come in and host our home games there. So it's been good so far this year. So we're real thankful for that. Thankful for our school board for supporting us and allowing us to be able to do that. It's not real easy to find a place to play that can hold the crowd that we bring with our band and all that kind of stuff. So it's been good at Wetumpka.
A lot of tradition here at Prattville, obviously, you know that. And again, getting a revamped stadium, I know you and the coaches and the community and especially the kids are excited about where they're going to be playing in the future. Let's talk about this game Thursday night coming in. Hillcrest, always a tough team, very athletic as always. They produced a lot of good talent over the years, D1 talent. Obviously, Brian Robinson went on to play at Alabama and then now playing for the Washington Commanders. Just talk about what you've seen on film and kind of what they're going to bring to the table. Well,
I see a real disciplined group. I see an athletic group, offensively and defensively. They're pretty impressive. They defensively they get to the ball. They're a 3-4 type team. They got long defenders. They got aggressive guys. Offensively, they got a quarterback that's a good-sized young man that can see downfield and he can get the ball downfield. Has some very electric receivers. So we got to find a way to not make it as simple for him to get the ball in their hands and kind of throw them off rhythm. They also have a tendency over the last few weeks to be more of a downhill run team. So we know that going in, so we have to be prepared to stop the downhill run at us and see if we can get them in some 3rd and long situations.
Coach, talk about some of your kids. I know you're proud of how they fought this year and where you guys are currently. Just talk about some of your leaders.
Yeah, well, it starts with our quarterback, Gavin. Gavin come in this year, man. He came in on fire, played well for the most part this year. Has been a leader. Tristan Blackman, our running back. This is his first year playing running back. He's been a receiver coming through the system, and we made the move to him at running back. And he's finally, he started off on fire, but even now he's finally starting to carry himself like a running back and running the ball well. KJ Blue has been a guy for us. He's a 3-year starter. Been making plays for a long time. On our defensive line, Jamar Reed. Jamar Reed's been a leader. He's our leader up front. Him and Callahan Minor, Jake McConnell, guys of such, Sam Cook, all those guys, our defensive front. Sam Cook being a linebacker has led us this year. So, we're very appreciative of that. We're going back to guys that don't get a lot of credit, but I'm going to throw some credit at is our offensive line, Brian Moody. Man, he's hunkered down, and he's kind of been a mainstay up front, him and Zane Viscom. Those guys are returning starters, so, very proud of what they're bringing to the table.
Well, Coach, I know everybody's excited about the game on Thursday. Everybody will get a chance to see you guys play statewide. It's the statewide game of the week. That's why we're here this week here in Prattville. Good luck to you, and we really appreciate you letting us come out and talk to you for a little bit, and tell your kids good luck from us as well, and looking forward to a good game.
Thank you. Thanks, man. We're excited to be the game of the week on Thursday, so thanks for coming out and having me today.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Alabama has a hands-free driving law, and that means you can't hold your mobile phone while making a call. Oh, and no writing messages, recording, or watching videos either. Plus, you can only use a single button or swipe of a finger to answer a call. So what's a driver to do? Alabama's hands-free driving law is in effect. Follow it.
You know, I'm a person too.
With Amana brand, there's a level of trust. Trust that our quality products are reliable and innovative and backed by an outstanding warranty, letting you focus on what matters most. So it's no surprise that the Amana brand S-Series heating and cooling system provides comfort that blends with your lifestyle. It's slim, smart, quiet, and energy efficient. Exactly the kind of year-round comfort you'll feel, but hardly notice. Take comfort. It's an Amana brand.
We're rolling, so
This would do so good in Elk City.
oh, outstanding. Absolutely. Shrimp etouffee, or actually shrimp creole, crawfish etouffee, Cajun potato salad, and garlic bread. And you got a sampling of all kinds
I got all
of
kinds of stuff. I got shrimp and grits, a deviled egg. This Cajun potato salad is bomb.
So and I'm gonna tell you, you know, I love Louisiana. I fish down there all the time. Been going to Louisiana offshore fishing for over 20 years.
Right.
Love Cajun food. This is awesome. I mean, you feel like you're in the heart of New Orleans. You feel like you're in Venice, Louisiana, where I go fishing. I mean, I love it. Cajun food's some of my favorite, Lauren. And, it's got a little kick to it.
Yes, and the
What you want?
atmosphere here, it just feels like you just walked into a restaurant in Louisiana.
Absolutely.
You know?
I love the colors, the lighting. It definitely has that New Orleans feel to it. Uncle Mick's here in Prattville downtown. Lauren, we picked another great place. I mean, we haven't had a bad place yet.
We haven't struck out yet.
No.
And another test of this place is you can see behind the camera how many people are walking
This
in
place
and
is
out.
packed.
It's packed.
Packed, and it's just now like 11:20.
Right.
So, it's going to continue on. I know why now. But just, it's a buffet style, but you go up and you actually pick what you want.
Right.
And they've got all types of different options up there, as you can see. I gave everybody a little bird's eye view of all the different. I wanted to try all of it. They gave you a little bit of sampling.
I have 3 spoons here and 3 little cups because y'all know if you've watched week to week, I wanted to sample everything before I made my choice, and it was a very hard choice.
This place is great, so we're about to dig in. We're going to shut up and make sure when you come to Prattville, when you come to Uncle Mick's downtown, outstanding Cajun food. You will not regret it, I promise.
Absolutely.
With Amana brand, there's a level of trust, letting you focus on what matters most. So it's no surprise that the Amana brand S-Series heating and cooling system is exactly the kind of year-round comfort you'll feel, but hardly notice. Take comfort. It's an Amana brand.
All right, we're here in Prattville, and we're here at the stadium renovation. I've got Mayor Gillespie here with me now. Mayor, first of all, thank you for coming out.
No, my pleasure. Glad you guys are here in Prattville.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, a lot of exciting things going on in Prattville. We're here for the big game this coming Thursday between Prattville and Hillcrest. But like I talked to Coach Wallace earlier, it's been a little bit of a unique year for Prattville this year. Haven't been able to play at this field all year because of the beautiful stadium renovations that are going on. So, you know, there's growing pains sometimes with progress, but that's a good thing. This place is going to be gorgeous when you get finished. But kind of talk about the partnership between you and Wetumpka and them kind of coming to the help and the rescue of you guys being able to play home games just down the road.
Well, you know, it's good times. It's good to have good neighbors from time to time.
Right.
And sometimes it makes competition really good and everything. And Prattville and Wetumpka and actually Millbrook in there as well. You know, we're always, you know, have a little bit of a rivalry going on. But when it comes down to it and they need us, we're going to be there. And when we need them, we know we can count on them as well. And that's basically what went on, you know, with Prattville and Wetumpka this following year. But I tell you, you know, this project's really been going on for quite some time. When I first heard about a renovation with Stanley Jensen was back in 2004.
Wow.
The dollar was a lot, it was a lot cheaper back then.
Sure,
a lot different. You know, there's been a lot of innovative new ideas, and but to see the thoughts and the dreams, I have to give a little shout out to Robert Stritchett, our city councilor, who's been the driving force for a lot of this renovation, but the whole council as well, because, you know, this is a community event. There's so many other items that goes on here besides just football, but soccer and so many other things as well. But I tell you, the progress is looking great. A lot of progress in Prattville. We just like to keep it going and keep the football team moving forward and winning and to make this another state championship area.
Well, Mayor, you know, again, the turf here on the field was put down a few years ago. It was kind of the start of all these renovations. And, you know, you walk around this facility and what used to be the home side now is going to be the visiting side. And you can see behind us back here the new home side, which is gorgeous. And so we'll be fully complete before next football season. But like you said, every community wants the best for their kids, and Prattville High School has got a lot of tradition, a lot of pride, a lot of state championships, and you look at what they're going to be able to get now. This is all for the kids. Everything that communities do like Prattville, it's in the best interest of the kids.
It most certainly is, but then it also reflects back to the community as well, because if you don't have those kids doing something and building,
Correct.
You know, the soft skills that they really need, and there's so much that the coaches teach the players, and the games, whether it's football, soccer, baseball, whatever, it keeps those kids engaged. So that way the parents can actually help parent a little bit better. The coaches can actually help, you know, train them, build them up with those life skills. And all in all, at the end of the day, it actually builds a better community, keeps a lot of our kids out of the trouble that sometimes starts with a capital T if you don't have those sports in there. And so, you know, sports and community, and whether the sports, when I start talking about football especially, you know, you got your football players, but you got your trainers, you got your cheerleaders, you got the band. So it's really a family unit there.
Right.
And that is what I think is so great about football. And, you know, in talking about the home side, we are returning back to the home side.
Right.
Because in my day, that was the home side.
Y'all flipped and flopped that a little bit.
Because of a state championship. And so hopefully with this one, we're going to be back on the road to another state championship.
Well, one more thing, a little bit ambitious, but going to try to play the last game of the season here. I know there's some things that you guys have to work out logistically and all that, but I know that'll be special for those seniors if you're able to play that last home game here.
Not only for them, but for their parents, you know, for the family as well. So, yes, my understanding, that is in the books. So we're going to, unless a meteorite comes down and takes out the field or something.
There's a comet going through right now. Maybe it won't hit here.
Maybe it won't hit here. But yes, I think everybody can be guaranteed to play the last game here. And, you know, we're all going to be still over on the original aluminum bleacher side. But all in all, I think you can count on that. So parking is going to be a challenge. So I'm going to ask everybody to, you know, to come with their patience, with plenty of patience. And we're going to try to have some buses and big and small and everything to move people around.
Sure.
We're working on some more parking improvements around here. And so, anyway, little improvements hopefully will go a long ways.
With progress, you have to have patience, right?
Exactly.
Just the way it is.
Exactly.
Mayor, really appreciate you coming out. Looking forward to the game on Thursday.
Same here, and go Lions, go Lions.
Class 7A volleyball power Bob Jones High School closed out the regular season in style with a big 2-0 win over Class 6A Spain Park. We pick up the action for the Patriots, coached by Jenny Jarrett, and the Jaguars, coached by Justin Kaiser, with Bob Jones taking control early. Kennedy Vaughn had 14 kills in the match, giving her 596 kills heading into this week's Class 7A Area 8 tournament, which was scheduled for Wednesday. Kendall Buckley added 5 kills for the Patriots. Callison Bay had 14 digs, and setter Riley Lavelle added 2 aces for Bob Jones. Alexa Benda led the way for Spain Park with 8 kills, and B. Wiggins added 7. We move to football action next with Class 6A Region 1 leaders Saraland High School at St. Paul's Episcopal School clashing in Mobile. The Saints, coached by Coach Ham Barrett, were worthy opponents, but the Spartans of Coach Jeff Kelly were just too strong. Quarterback KJ Lacey returned to the starting lineup after missing a few games due to an injury and started right where he left off. Lacey completed 16 passes for 334 yards and 2 touchdowns as unbeaten Saraland edged St. Paul's 19-14. Sante McWilliams had 61 yards rushing on 18 carries and a touchdown for Saraland. Lacey's touchdown passes were to Carson Gill and Deshaun Spencer. Staying in Mobile County, we'll check in with the Citronelle Wildcats of Coach Jason Roll and BC Reign's Red Raiders of Coach Lawrence Yielding clashing in a key 5A Region 1 battle. The game started with a bang as Citronelle senior Eli Owens raced 96 yards on the opening kickoff for a touchdown and a quick 6-0 lead. He would also have 56 rushing yards and a 1-yard touchdown run on the night. Citronelle trailed 21-12 in the fourth quarter, but a 1-yard touchdown run by Keshawn Williams helped the Wildcats close the lead to 21-19. A key defensive stop forced the Red Raiders to punt the ball late, and the Wildcats drove close enough for Easton Helton to kick a 35-yard field goal with 1:43 left to play to seal the win. Citronelle is 3-2 in region play with 2 region games remaining, with LaFleur and Alberta. BC Reign fell to 2-3 with region contests with Faith Academy and unbeaten Viger still to play. In our next stop, we check on key Class 7A Region 3 game pitting Vestavia Hills Rebels, coached by Robert Evans, and Coach Shane McComb's Oak Mountain Eagles. Both needed a win to keep their playoff hopes alive. Vestavia Hills unleashed a strong rushing effort, gaining 364 yards to post a 42-14 win. However, the most spectacular play may have been this TD reception by receiver Zach Fitzgerald, who scored the Eagles' first touchdown by leaping past a Rebels defender to snag this TD pass from quarterback Will Odell. Luke Stubbs scored a touchdown on this 54-yard jet sweep touch pass, extending Vestavia's lead to 14 on the way to the win. Running back Bruce Littleton led the way with 121 rushing yards for Vestavia Hills on 15 carries as Vestavia improved to 3-2 and tied for third place in Region 3 with Hewitt-Trussville. Oak Mountain fell to 1-4. Both teams have 2 region games remaining. The Rebels have Tuscaloosa County and co-region leader Hoover remaining. And Oak Mountain still has Hewitt-Trussville and Hillcrest Tuscaloosa on their schedule. Mortimer Jordan High School, coached by Charles Lauderdale, needed a win to keep its Class 6A Region 5 playoff hopes alive in this matchup with Gardendale, coached by Chad Eads. We pick up the action with the Blue Devils on a trick play to score the first touchdown. Quarterback Blaze Neely tossed a pitch to Tanner Rice, who stopped and threw back to Parker Reno, who followed his blockers down the sidelines for 17 yards to score. Neely led the Blue Devils with 157 yards passing and 1 touchdown. A 63-yard pass play to Dante Williams, who made a spectacular play on the ball, outrunning defenders for a score as the Blue Devils pulled out a 34-20 win. Uriah Casey added a 70-yard touchdown run for Gardendale. The victory gave Mortimer Jordan back-to-back wins over the Rockets for the first time since the 2000 season, and also locked the Blue Devils and the Rockets in a tie in the region standings at 2-3, each with 1 game remaining. Minor is in third place behind leaders Parker and Homewood with a 2-2 slate with 2 games left. Parker and Homewood are both 4-0. We close this week's highlights with a big battle in Class 4A Region 8 as Plainview's Bears, coached by Dale Pruitt, took on North Jackson, coached by Joe Hollis Jr. at Stevenson. Plainview was in a must-win situation at 2-2 in the region play against the Chiefs, who came in at 4-0. And Pruitt's team pulled out a win with a score in the final 2 minutes, with Cy Traylor firing the game-winning touchdown to Trey Rutledge for a 33-32 upset. The victory snapped North Jackson's region winning streak at 7 dating back to last year. Randolph leads the 9-team Region 8 at 5-0 with 3 region games remaining. North Jackson and Westminster are at 4-2 with Madison Academy, New Hope, and Plainview at 3-2. Plainview plays New Hope this week while Madison Academy faces St. John Paul II Catholic and North Jackson takes on Westminster.
It was a battle of the unbeatens tonight on Thursday Night Lights at Spain Park High School. And the Jaguars coming away with a big 31-3 victory over Chelsea to remain unbeaten on the season at 7-0 overall. They improved to 4-0 in the region in Butch Barker. They now have sole control of first place in Class 6A Region 3 after the win tonight.
Yeah, you think they're going to come out as winners. I pretty much on their part, I think that's what they were playing for tonight. They get that win, made some great adjustments after the first quarter. Chelsea played hard, but Spain Park came up with good adjustments. That offensive and defensive line really took control, and they got some big plays out of their big athletes when it counted.
And they got a big play to start the game as Spain Park received the opening kickoff, and Corey Barbie, who had a couple of big touchdown runs in the second half, gets a 58-yard kickoff return here. And Spain Park had great field position right away.
They did, and took advantage of it and made a nice throw there in between a couple of defenders. Again, Chelsea played really hard that first quarter. Were able to complete some passes. This one to Hughes for the big gain. They looked good offensively for a little while. A nice kick here by Miller from a tough angle, puts them on the board, 7-3 at the time. Spain Park makes adjustments defensively, came up with a big run by their quarterback, got him close to the end zone, and here they're able to punch it in, take control of the football game in the second half.
Shanks with a big game tonight. He scored the touchdown there. This was a huge play. Chelsea Butch got the second half kickoff and was moving the football. They fumble there. Spain Park goes down, hits the field goal to go up 17-3, but then pretty much from there, they just controlled the game.
Yeah, Barber with a couple of big plays, the big catch, the big run for the touchdown.